Bear bit me. How dangerous would it be if he broke my skin and his mouth's bacteria entered my bloodstream? Well, I would be heartbroken, but medically speaking, it turns out some animal bites are actually worse than a dog's, whose usual mouth bacteria can be infectious in 5 to 25% of cases. And while the force of bears' jaws is definitely serious, from a bacterial perspective, it's not as bad as a bite from a seal, whose bite can cause a condition known as seal finger, which can cause you to lose your finger altogether. Fortunately, the average person doesn't come into contact with a seal that often, but the average person is more likely to come in contact with a rat. Nearly 3 million of them live in New York City alone, and a bite from a rat can cause something known as rat bite fever, which begins with flu-like symptoms and can be deadly. You might not have thought a rat could be so dangerous, but I bet you would expect some danger from a Komodo dragon. The danger of their bites actually comes from the venom that acts as an anticoagulant, making it hard for your blood to clot, meaning you could bleed out. Now, there are actually 2 bites that may surprise you. First is from Fluffy. Yep, a bite or a scratch from a cute little kitty can transmit a bacteria called Bartonella henselae, which often leads to swollen, tender lymph nodes and can trigger serious complications like neuroretinitis, encephalopathy, or an infection of the inside of your heart. Turns out your cat can break your heart in more ways than one.
You do not want to make the cat angry.
And finally, the last actually comes from me, or you. Humans. Our mouths contain an extremely diverse array of bacteria that can cause a problem. There's actually a condition known as fight bite that comes from punching someone in the mouth and cutting knuckles on their teeth. If this wound isn't treated quickly, you could wind up needing IV antibiotics, surgery, and if untreated, you could even lose your life. Bacteria in the human mouth can even infect your own teeth, leading to infections that may require a root canal. But don't panic because of all the fear mongering you see on social media. Root canal therapy, unlike a complete extraction, specifically aims to alleviate your pain and save the tooth. They're performed by an endodontist or a dentist who specializes in pain, infection, and saving teeth. If your tooth needs saving, they're the experts. In fact, if you've been experiencing tooth pain, sensitivity, or have been told that you may need a root canal, you can learn more or find a specialist by visiting findmyendodontist.com.